Hey guys, welcome back to Small Bits of Happiness YouTube channel.
Today we are sharing our guide on how to have a mid-year reset.
I can't help but live in the moment. Eyes locked when you talk, it's slow.
I know, it is crazy that we're basically halfway through 2024. I mean, I feel like it was just January. Anyways, since we're halfway through the year, it's a good time to step back, take a breather, and think, how's this year going so far? Setting new goals at the beginning of the year is great, but now it's a great time to look back to see how are you doing on them? Do you need to shift them a bit? Or is it time to set some new ones? Life is constantly changing, so it's totally okay for us and our goals to be changing too. Today, we are sharing our guide on how to have the best mid-year reset. Also, make sure to stay till the end of the video to find out what celebrity life coach Tim Story does. In the past, Tim has worked with Kanye West and Robert Downey Jr. and find out what he does to stay on top of his goals. 1. So far.
For many of us, we're constantly thinking ahead. We're thinking about our next goal, our next achievement, our next plan. Of course, being prepared for the future is great, but at this point, take a moment to see how far you've come since January. Now that it's summer break, how have you advanced in school? How have your relationships and friendships changed? Are you happy with them? What have you discovered about yourself? And most important of all, note how far you've come instead of only focusing about how far you've got to go. Now, write down 3 things that you're proud of yourself for progressing in this year. Maybe that list includes leaving a toxic friendship, pulling up your biology grade before the school year finished, improving on your writing skills, or getting better at speaking a second language. 2. Learned.
It's important to always be learning and growing. And over the past 6 months, we've had lots of challenges. We've also had moments of self-doubt, but we've also had lots of place for personal growth. So let's take a step back and think, what is one thing that you have learned about yourself or about anything over the first half? Maybe it's a personal lesson, like you like yourself a lot better after a good night of sleep. Or it's a relationship lesson, like this friend is a really good friend and you need to hold on to them. Or you also learned a new skill, like how to drive, or even a new recipe. 3. Second half.
As we hit the second half of this year, let's also take a moment to think ahead. This time, 6 months from now, what is one thing that you want to have changed? Maybe this is a new skill that you've learned, or maybe it's becoming better at prioritizing yourself. Putting up boundaries, or saying no to things that you don't want to pursue. Select one thing that you want to be thinking about, doing, or living differently this time 6 months from now and write it down, maybe in your journal, on a widget in your phone, or somewhere where you'll remember it, even like a sticky note on your mirror. 4. How?
So you've identified something that you want to accomplish or change by the end of this year, but now you need to think, how are you going to do this? When you set a goal, you need to make sure that it's actually quantifiable, which means you can tell whether you've gotten there or not. Write down your strategy on a sticky note and place it on a mirror or in a place that you know you're going to be constantly seeing it. If your goal is to be more independent, write down quantifiable ways that you can actually do this, like making your own lunch, or making sure that you're on time for class or appointments, or even just doing your own laundry. This way, you'll be able to tell along the way and from 6 months from now whether you've actually achieved this goal or not. And on top of that, you can actually check in on yourself along the way. 5. Playlist.
Music is so powerful. It really does have the ability to shift our mindset and our mood. Take the time to compile a playlist of how you want your next 6 months to sound and feel like. Perhaps include calm songs, happy songs, motivating songs, a mix of all of them. Then listen to this playlist sporadically over the next 6 months to keep the tone of your year going. Now, if you want to hear what Tim Story, the life coach who has worked with Kanye West and Robert Downey Jr. does to keep on top of his goals, check out our podcast interview with him, linked in the description below.
Now, if you made it to this point in the video, make sure to comment down below your song for the rest of the year.
Also, be sure to join our happiness family. We'd love to have you, and it's completely free. And you can do that by subscribing to this YouTube channel, giving this video a big thumbs up, and clicking the notification bell down below. Bye!